What's up, traders? Two trades today, one on TZA and one on CERS. Let's get to it. All right, traders, real quick before the live trades, fun little game. In this video somewhere, there is a code for a $10 Amazon gift card. Good luck. Wants to TZA. Here we go. This is what we're looking for. And we're going to start TZA. Nice extension through this previous resistance over a key area of $0.50. So if we get a push down into the 30s, we'll look to take 75% here. All right, let's head it back up, head it back down. Put an order out there at 38. Got a little bit lower there, 42 I saw on the bid. It is starting to try to form a little bit of a support here. Looking at the overall move back to previous resistance, we might be asking for a little too much for 75% here. But we'll see if it wants to give us this 40 flush. It's trying. Coming down to 41. If we can get to 40, I got a feeling we'll get a nice flush down there, do at least 38. There we go, 40. Oh, we're on the bid. We were on the bid there for a second. That's a little frustrating. See if it wants to come down and try again. Not a huge fan of how it bounced right off our bid there. It's coming down again. Let's try 40 again. Kind of a bummer here. Pretty much stopping at break even on this one. Obviously, we're getting the pullback. If it wants to try to go higher here, we pretty much top tick this, so we're not going to let this one go back against this. Our average is at 57, high days at 60, but if we start getting back up into the higher 50s, we're just going to take it off. Here we go, coming back down to 40 again. Here we go. So we're going to almost on the bid, 39. We're on the bid there. 38, we're on the bid. There we go. So we got our fill there, 38. We're going to see if we can come down here towards that 30 area for a little bit more. We'll stop at break even on the rest here. If we get up to 57, I got a feeling it's definitely going to go to 60, so might as well just stick to break even there. All right, we're on the ask. All right, we got our fill there. It could double top, but even if it does, we're most likely going to get stopped out, and I'll just be happy with that. It obviously feels very bullish, like it wants to go higher. Ooh. What do we got here? Let's start CERS here. We got 53. See if we can get down in the 30s here. Oh, all right, back up. I was looking to take 75% there. It didn't quite give us what we were looking for. Keeps fighting in the 40s. We are getting the topping tails, but I don't like how it feels. Kind of holding up here. See if we can get this pushed down in the 30s this time. Ugh, not a huge fan of how this is trading. Especially considering we didn't really get the top here. Trying to get back under 50 again. So at this point, we're looking to be stopping out at high of day. We didn't get any ads, obviously. See if we can get this push through 40, though. There we go, coming down to test it, 43. Just got to get through this 43 area. That's what held last time. So if we can get that push down through 43 is what we're looking for. There it is again. Let's get through this time. Come on. 43 seems to be the key number here. Don't want to take my 75% here, but I'm going to just because I don't like how it's trading. We're obviously looking for a much bigger move down, which now, since we have most of it off here, we can look for it, but just does not seem to want to break that area, right? It's holding support pretty comfortably. If we kind of lose this seller wall, we might just take it here at 38. Don't necessarily want to fight too much. Looking for a couple extra cents. There we go, 36, got through. Looking for a little bit more, 1 more cent. No. Oh. All right, we're gonna take it there. And if it goes, then we still got the rest, but we're not gonna fight over 2 cents when it's obviously at a key level here. It's fighting back and forth. So we have the rest of our position here, and we'll see if it wants to continue down or not, but I'll be happy with taking the 37 fills there. All right, traders, that was my trades on TZA and CERS. We'll start here on TZA. I actually did not know this was the inverse of the SPY, but neither here nor there. We did have a nice previous resistance sitting here, the high from yesterday. Tried to use it in the intraday here this morning, and it went through. Got a nice little extension. We felt the top. We got short and pretty much top ticked this thing. The high was 2060. Our entry was here at 2057. And we pretty much were asking for the entire move back down to that support level, or well, what we were thinking would be used as support for our 75%. We put it out there at 2038, and we actually did get our fill. So we were looking for it to continue down further with the remaining part of our shares. We did not. We ended up stopping out at break even, realizing that if it was going to get to our break even point, since we were so high, close to high a day, that it was most likely going to go high of day, which as you can see, it ended up doing. It went through that 2060 area, and it ended up going higher anyways. But that was that 75% down here towards that previous resistance being used as support, and then we ended up stopping out the remaining 25% because we didn't get a continuation to the downside. So over to CERS, we're actually still in this trade. We're kind of pivoting our way out of it, but we actually pulled this up, and as we pulled it up, it had already made a high. But we did like the price action. And then right after we got in, of course, it got a little spready, but we did jump in over the $0.50 at 653. And it did jump right back up against us, looking to go high of day up there towards 668. And fortunately, it double topped. We were looking to add, though. Wasn't a huge fan that it pulled back the way that it did and then tried to go high of day. But again, it was still moving pretty quickly that we would have been okay with it. However, we started to notice that this thing was really struggling at 43. It didn't want to go through 43. And so as you can see, we ended up taking most of it off on, I think we gave it like 4, maybe even 5 attempts to get through 43, and it just did not want to. So that 5th attempt, we realized that it wasn't going through, so we took it off 75% at 47. And as you can see, it did pop up through 50, and it kind of consolidated here, and this formed what most people will call a bull flag, but as you can see, it was almost more of a descending triangle. It kept trying to test that 43 level, but it did end up being more of a flag than a descending triangle, but it did work out in our favor. We were looking for 35 on these covers. We would have gotten it if we were a little bit more patient, but it did get down to 37. It kind of felt like it didn't want to give us that 35, so we weren't going to fight it for 2 cents for the shares that we were taking off there, which was 60% of the current position, which left us with 10% of the overall position. And now we're just kind of trailing these remaining shares out, and who knows how long it'll take us. It would be nice if these want to fade all the way back down there to 6 throughout the rest of the day, but as you can see, it's starting to find a support here at 633, 634 area, and we'll see what it wants to do if it tests that again. If it does test here and hold and start to go back up again into this area, we'll most likely just take it off because obviously there's some support there. But hopefully if it comes back down and tests the 634 area again, it'll go through and we can start to get a little bit of a fade for the rest of the day. And we'll just kind of keep moving our pivot down as necessary. So that's all I got for you traders. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Always appreciate that support. Hopefully you found that $10 gift card. If you did, let me know down in the comment section below. If not, there's always next time. I'll see you guys tomorrow morning. Peace.